Morning, gang. Yes, it's another day of early summer. Welcome along. It's Tuesday, the 2nd of June, 2020. Welcome to this morning's little chat show, coming to you as always, live from Television Centre here in Bracknell on this, what looks like it'll be another warm day. Oh, it was hot yesterday. Oh, it was so hot. Oh, hang on, I'm going to drop my bits. Do you know, I keep dropping things this morning. Every moment or so, something falls off the desk, or I drop something. Not my knickers. I'm not easy. I'm not an easy person. I want to point that out now. Not easy. I keep dropping everything this morning. It's most annoying. But look forward to the weather today, because it'll be getting a bit cold after today. In the super soaraway sun today, boys and girls, the UK will be hotter than Ibiza today. Why is it called Ibiza when there's a Z in it? I do not know that. Why is it, come on, one of those clever people who like to discuss things. Why is it called Ibiza when it should be Ibiza? There's a Z in it. It's not a TH. We're going to Ibiza. Or why isn't it Ibiza with a Z? I can't work that out. Perhaps you'll have a little look in your dictionary and let us know that. The UK will be hotter than Ibiza today as sunshine continues to blaze down during the lockdown. I love it. I love it. But sun worshippers are urged to make the most of the 28 degrees centigrade today. 28 degrees centigrade, of course, in Fahrenheit, that's 28, that's double that. That's 49 and a half. It's add 30, I think. And so that's approximately today. It's going to be 28, like 117 Fahrenheit today. I can't give you the exact. It's about 170 Fahrenheit today. I think I said there, 150 Fahrenheit. It's going to be 150 Fahrenheit today, or, according to the paper, 28 degrees centigrade. I do all the conversions for you. No need to sit there and get your little sad little minds buzzing away like that. You know, you don't need to do that. I can do all the maths. I got grade E in maths, I'll have you know. Thank you very much. What did you get? Was it that old U? Unclassified, was it? Should have done your work at school. Ow, I don't want to do my work at school. I want to go out my bike and play with my friends. Well, that's why you're so thick now. Not my fault. Don't come running. Oh, that's okay. We can just go and get benefits instead. We don't need to get a job. Shocking. Sun worshippers are urged to make the most of 28 degrees centigrade, which, as I mentioned, is about 173 degrees Fahrenheit, because by the end of the week, the mercury could drop by as much as 10 degrees centigrade, which is about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So it will feel extremely cold suddenly. It's actually not that cold, but because of the massive drop in temperature, like I'm dropping things, except, of course, for my knickers, which I mentioned at the beginning of the show there, the mercury could drop by as much as 10 degrees as thunderstorms. Oh, I've got thunderstorms. Hang on a minute. I've got thunderstorms. Just a minute. Thunderstorms. Thunder. Nope, that's not found that. Hang on a minute. One minute. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong database. Jingle. Ah, there we are. Where does it say that? Let me just read that part of the story again with sound effects. With It's Raining Men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Yeah. Some worshippers are urged to make, because by the end of the week, the mercury could drop by 10 degrees centigrade as thunderstorms roll in, boys and girls. Yes. And if you're a sinner boy, if you're a sinner lady, then the lightning bolt will come towards you with enormous gusto. Be careful. Not for churchgoers. You'll be all right, Danny. Don't worry about that, darling. Danny's with us this morning. Morning, Danny. There's been plenty of sunshine since April. Colder weather is likely to set in, just as the lockdown is being eased, of course. Britain scored a hat-trick of new weather records this spring, according to new figures from the Met Office. Oh, you don't need to tell me this. It was the fourth driest since records began. We haven't had rain here in Bracknell for weeks. I mean weeks and weeks and weeks. There's been no rainfall here. In fact, I've been trying to get my sprinkler to work. I've mentioned this yesterday. Got one of those that goes like that, and it just keeps getting stuck for some reason. Don't know why. how can I put it? It's not stuck as in, it goes like that and you go over it and you can't move it. It just stops. And I don't know why it stops anyway. I've ordered another one, which won't get here till Friday. But some of the weather reports are reporting that we might have rain on Thursday. So we'll just see how that goes. But enjoyed nice weather today. In yesterday's sunshine, I went for a lovely long bike ride yesterday, actually. I went to the delivery office, the sorting office, because they've got a post box and a drawer there for larger parcels. And I posted off all your stuff there, except, unfortunately, for the fridge magnet, which was won yesterday with ticket number 472. But as yet, no one has claimed it. No one's claimed this yet, okay? So check your raffle tickets. Remember, when you get one of these raffle tickets, this is for the Monday raffle. When you get one of these raffle tickets, check that, okay? Make sure you write your numbers down, because I don't read out the names anymore on a Monday. It's up to you to claim it. So we're still waiting for ticket number 472 to be claimed on that raffle. All right? So I posted all the stuff in the delivery office box, or sorting office post box outside there. And then I continued for bike rides. I thought I'd go to Wokingham. Because that's where one of the churches is that I go to. And they've just recently had some brand new stained glass windows installed. So I thought, the church itself isn't open. You can't go in it at the moment. I thought I'd get some pictures of the outside of the church, but they really haven't come out well at all. You can't see that there are even you can just about see there's stained glass windows, but you cannot experience the beautiful colours that come through these beautiful bits of glass. No need for you to be religious to appreciate the fact. I'm sure you've been in other buildings other than churches where they have stained glass windows, and there's where the sun hits it in a certain way, the colours that come through those glass windows are just amazing. And Canon Simon put the video camera on Sunday pointing at the church and these windows inside it, so we were able to watch it live. Foolishly, I didn't get a screen back grab of that. I thought, well, I'd just have a cycle round there. Well, of course, from the outside, they just look like dark windows. I have got some pictures to show you of that today, as well as the new tiles that I've been putting up outside. I shall show those to you a little bit later on in exchange for... One moment, please. 18 likes. I think we'll do 18 likes this morning. How's that sound? Is that a fair amount? 18 likes you'll get this morning. If you like this programme by hitting the little thumbs up button underneath the video box, then you will be able to see those pictures. Not just the ones I've taken, but there's quite a lot of stuff that's come in from delightful people. Paul Adamson, we did ask you to send in pictures of what you can see outside your front door. So Paul Adamson, Mick Davenport sent something in, Dan S has sent something in, and Chris Woodhouse as well has sent something in. So I've got quite a lot to show you today in exchange for just 18 likes, boys and girls. 18 likes. All right? So that's what we'll do today. Cycle to Wokingham, as I say. Unfortunately, part of that route, there is no path or no cycle path. No pavement, nothing else other than a dual carriageway leading onto a very busy roundabout. And one of the options, if you can go straight over from where I was to Wokingham, and then there's a cycle come pavement that it's shared. There's a sign there, cycles and pavement. Don't start sending messages. Oh, you're not allowed to cycle on the pavement. Wait for that one to come through. It's a joint cycle pavement, actually. So shut up. All right, so you get over there and you cycle on there. But to get to it, you've got to kind of go for not a long period of time, about 3 to 4 minutes along this dual carriageway. That's frightening. That is frightening. I did not enjoy that experience at all. There was a path that I actually spotted a path on the other side of the dual carriageway, which I suppose, but then you've got to cross the damn thing, as you get across these things. So I went on there, and as I say, I went down to Wokingham and took a few pictures, which I'll show you later on during the show if we get enough likes, and that's it. Now, these stained glasses, they're modern, It's not like an old church. Now, the other church I go to in Roehampton, that's very old. I mean, it's really old, and they've got pictures of, the religious things and Mary and Jesus and all that business. And it's like a round window, really very old. But the Wokingham church is very modern. And the windows have been paid for by parishioners. You could sponsor a window. Now, I haven't gone right up to them to say, well, I can't. We had a few done already. These others have done while it's been closed, and of course, no one can get in there. Anyway, let me just blank that screen off. You can't actually get in the church at the moment, so the windows are let down like that, and you could sponsor them. I remember the ad coming out, about a year and a half, 2 years ago now, and I think it was two grand for £2,000. That would pay for the window. That's how much they are. That's what they are. So they make these things up, 2 grand, and I don't know if you've got your name at the bottom, or perhaps someone who's recently, or in someone who's passed over, someone who's died over the years, and you wanted to remember them. In some churches, you can have little plaques on the seats and other things. And they came up with the idea, well, we'd like the windows, but we haven't got the money for them. Let's try this. And I think they must have had a load of people donate money, because it's not a particularly poor parish. If you go some of the inner city places, the people that go to the churches are very, very poor. Not so the one in Wokingham. They get a good old bit coming in, and they don't even have super chats. Can you believe that? Perhaps halfway through the mass, the priest could ask for super chats, and we could all get out our phones and send him a couple of quid. That might work. So you could sponsor these windows. As I say, I don't know if there's somewhere at the bottom where you could say this is for Auntie Pat or something like that, But a good idea. I'll show you the pictures I got a little bit later on. All right, I'll come to your messages in a moment, boys and girls. I mentioned to you it was very hot yesterday. I don't know if I told you this yesterday, but I thought my air conditioning in the bedroom wasn't working. Now, in here, I've got the proper one on there, which you can't. I haven't got a camera over there anymore. I've got the proper one up there, as installed by men. Do you know what I mean? The one in the bedroom is one of those wheel-about ones. It's the second one I've had. They last quite a long time. I didn't think it was working, because I'd be putting it on for an hour, right? And then I'd go in the bedroom ready for my afternoon nap, and it hadn't got cold, right? And I'm now looking on the Amazon, right, seeing, perhaps I'll order another one and just be done with it, And I spent, it takes me ages to buy things, as you well know. I don't like to part with the money too quickly. I spent 2 or 3 days looking at this, the Amazon. And then I realised I hadn't actually turned the air conditioning down far enough, and it was on like 70 degrees. Instead of, 68 or 66, something like that. So I turned it down, and now it's working perfectly. Funny that, really. And it's like putting a chicken in the oven and forgetting to turn. Oh, why does this chicken taste funny? It's a bit cold, isn't it? Didn't turn the oven on, did you? Talking of ovens, there's a story also in The Sun today, which says new Ford cars get virus-killing oven mode that heats the interior of the car to 56 degrees centigrade. Have you ever been in someone's car and it's so hot you can't breathe? You like this, aren't you? Oh, no, I have the window open most of the time in my car. It says in The Sun today, some of Ford's cars can now wipe out viruses and lingering in the cabin by baking them alive. Something that sadly happened to people's pets over the years when they think it's all right to leave a poor dog or something like that, or cat or something like that, in a guinea pig or whatever you've got in the car, just while you pop into the shops for 10 minutes. And it gets so, you know how quickly it gets hot in a car. It's a terrible thing. But nevertheless, some Ford cars can now wipe out viruses lingering in the cabin by baking them alive. But they might not kill coronavirus. Oh, God, that's the one you want them to die, isn't it? Die! Come here, die! These coronaviruses, they must be drawn out of people's bodies and killed. I'm sorry. No doubt there's a little left-wing group somewhere. Oh no, rights for coronavirus, rights for coronavirus. We're going to stick ourselves now to a lamppost now. Oh, what's that behind me there? You like? You like? Rights for coronavirus. We're going to stick ourselves here. Right, coronaviruses have lives. There'll be a little left-wing group like that somewhere, won't there? Coronaviruses need to be protected. There'll be something written into the Parliament thing, whatever it is. Coronaviruses must live, boys and girls. You're not allowed to kill a coronavirus. There'll be a little group somewhere. You know there will. A software update issued by Ford firm police vehicle line allows cops to turn up the cabin's heat to a scorching 56 degrees centigrade, which is 133 Fahrenheit. I think they're using the same maths as me. For comparison, the average car heating system can only reach a measly 46 degrees centigrade. I didn't know that. Does it really? Does it really get that hot in a car? I didn't notice that. Ford hopes the update called Interior Cabin Heat Soak will help neutralise the spread of coronavirus inside its vehicles. Well, hang on a minute. They just said it wouldn't. So which is it? Once activated, the setting in Ford's police vehicle, is it only in the police vehicles, blasts the heating system while redirecting hot coolant from a revving engine. See, this is what we've got to do. We've got to grab people off the streets here. Grab these burglars and nasty people, you know, people that go and beat up old people and nick their money and things like that. We've got to grab them, stick them in a police car, lock the car and turn the heat off and watch them suffer. They must suffer. They must be punished. They've got to be beaten. Beat them down and tasers. Like that. That's the way to deal with these people, my loves. Oh, let's sit them down and talk to them and find out what's wrong with their little lives. No! Taser them, dear! Stick them in one of these cars and turn the heat up. They'd be cooking like an old chicken, wouldn't they? Of course, if you get someone nice looking, it would force them to take off their clothes. Let's have a little bit of a show as well, shall we? It cooks the cabin for 15 minutes and is designed for use by cops before and after their shifts when vehicles typically change hands. So that's quite a good idea. It says hazard lights and tail lights will flash in a preset pattern. Then it will change at the end to signal completion. Ford claims the system is capable of neutralising 99% of viral contaminants. And we include scumbags as viral contaminants, don't we? Yes. They're out now looking in cars to break into, dear. Smash, nick your car. Thank you very much. We've got you. Get in that police car and turn the heat up. Yeah. It's not clear whether a blast of it is enough to kill the coronavirus, though. Oh, what a shame. According to the World Health Organization, heat at 56 degrees centigrade, that's 133 Fahrenheit, effectively destroys the strand of coronavirus that caused the SARS outbreak in 2003. So it needs to get a little bit hotter to kill all this stuff off. I am actually considering putting myself in a little oven later on, boys and girls. I shall put my... I'm going to force myself into my own oven a little later on. That is exactly what I'll do. No air conditioning on today. So, as I say, very hot yesterday. I sat under my umbrella thing in the garden. That came apart at the top. It's got to be about 6 or 7 years old now, that thing. And the plastic bit come out of the rubber bit. It's like a big umbrella, and it's on the side. So it comes up like that, and you turn the handle, and it opens up, right, like a big umbrella. And it's got these like sticks, pole type things, and they go into a little hole up there. Well, it had come out the hole, right? Now, to get it back in is not easy because these hole things are rubber. And every time you try and you're kind of pushing it from up there because it's quite tall, you see. You're pushing it from there, and every time you try and get it in the hole, it goes to the side. Don't you hate that when it won't go in the hole? So... You know what I mean? And eventually I had to go inside and get a chair, get under with it closed, because once it's open, then it's tight and you can't do it. With it closed, I should have made a video yesterday of this. I put the chair underneath the umbrella, which was closed like that, and then got up inside, standing on the chair and trying to poke this thing back in. And eventually I did it and twisted the thing and it opened. And I have my lunch under that. Because I can't be eating under the sun. Oh, no, dear. No, we can't be eating under the sun, I'm afraid. No, don't like that. So that was my lunch. Bit like having dinner on the beach, really, isn't it? I don't think I couldn't eat dinner sitting on the beach. I mean, how people can do that. I mean, there they are, you might do it yourself. There they are on the beach, on their little towel, their little families all around, and then they go and get, well, I hope they go and get chips. You can't be having sandwiches on the beach, dear. Oh, no. That should be illegal. If you're going down the seaside, you must be forced, against your will, possibly, to eat chips and ice cream. There's something very unnatural and very strange and mysterious, boys. Very strange. Very, very strange and mysterious about people that eat sandwiches on the beach. What's all that about, girls and boys? It should be illegal to eat sandwiches on the beach. You must go wherever you are, Skegness, Mablethorpe, wherever you are, you must go and buy chips, followed by ice cream. Don't take sandwiches on the beach. There's something very strange about people that take sandwiches on the beach. It's not a natural thing. It's very unnatural. And God knows I've seen a lot of unnatural things in my time. I've DJ'd at clubs where they do very unnatural things. I have to say that. Very strange indeed. Strange and mysterious people. No eating sandwiches on the beach. Buy chips. But I just don't... I don't know how people do it, to be honest. There they are on the towel. They've been there for a few hours, possibly with families and things like that. And they're red roasting hot. They haven't got the sense to realise that they've now gone bright red and they are actually burning. Nope, they continue to lay there in the sun, becoming more and more of a cooked lobster. Except they don't do the screaming when they get plunged in the water. Those poor lobsters. Ah, they go, don't they? Ah, you've heard them. Look them up on YouTube. These things scream when they go in the water. Them and crabs. So there they are. They've got hotter and hotter. And then what do? They go and get some chips. And they sit there eating hot fish and chips or battered sausage and chips. Who can resist a battered sausage? Sadly, I can never find a vegetarian one for myself. Sometimes you might get a battered pineapple fritter. There's a place in Skegness like that. If you go down to the end of the where the roundabout is, like literally facing the beach. So the roundabout right at the end of the road. Go left, and there's a very large fish and chip shop there. You go upstairs. Oh, and they do a battered pineapple fritter. That and large chips, please. Thank you very much. Covered in baked beans. Yes, we'll have some of that. And then they go and get that, and then they sit there in the baking hot sun eating hot fish and chips. How do they do that? I don't know. But give them credit. At least they're not eating sandwiches. Only strange, mysterious people eat sandwiches on Skegness Beach. I'm sure that is the case. And the other thing, but I can't be eating stuff on the beach, though. Little bits of sand get in it. Oh, no. No. I mean, it's bad enough when that sand gets in your shorts, isn't it? You know, and you sort of move it. It's a little bit of sand. There's a little bit of sand gone inside me. How awful. Then you have to get in the sea and try and wash it out again. Watch out for those windmills at the end. Very dangerous. Think you're swimming out there and suddenly this windmill picks you up. And you get caught on the end of the windmill, and the fan thing, what is that called? The blade swings you round miles in the air, only to be flipped off and then caught on another windmill. And you kind of, if you start at one end, it's a great ride, actually. It's like a fairground ride. You don't actually have to pay to go on the fairground on Skegness Pier. It's wonderful. I can't remember if there's a pier there. Yes, there's a pier there. Of course there is. Just swim out to the windmill that's furthest away to the left, right? And then as the blade comes round, generating lots of wonderful, clean, free electricity. I'm very much into renewable energy, as you know. I'm a renewable energy person myself. Every night I go to bed and I wake up and I'm like this. Hyper, dear. I have been powered and charged all night long. And this thing flips around like this. And then as the blade comes round, grab it. It'll pull you up. And then as you get to the top, jump. Right? And then you can jump onto the next one. And then it goes round again and you get to the top and you jump onto the next one. It's like a free fairground ride. And then after that, you'll be very, very tired after that. So then find yourself that place on the beach again and go and get chips and ice cream. Please, no sandwiches. Certainly not eating on beach, not for me. Right. Excuse me. Let's read some of... Excuse me, let's read some of your messages this morning. Where shall we start today? Let's start at the bottom, actually. There's too many gone past there. Morning to Christopher Woodhouse. Good morning to you, Christopher. And Michael and Jason in the house. Hello, LaBelle, your emerald-eyed flamingo of magic is in the house. I'm glad you like this, darling. It's a bit of an optical illusion, actually. It seems to make me look a little bit, not pink, but redder. But if I move closer to the camera, you'll see I don't look pink at all. That's my sort of sun colour. Do you like my colour, LaBelle? Look at that, darling. I can only ever dream of being as beautiful and as dark as you, but there we are. That's about as far as I can go. Not even halfway there, am I? Never mind. Morning to Daniel Woodhouse. Only strange people wear coats at this time of year as well. Yes, Daniel, but you, unless you're one of those lads who's trying to keep an image, they still get. Have you seen them? Generally in inner cities, they still go around with puffer jackets and woolen hats on in this weather. What the hell is all that about, lads? They must stink when they take those things off. It's all about the image. All about the image. Morning to Terry H. No raffle draw on a Tuesday. No, we only have a raffle on a Monday, and we have a super chatter raffle on a Thursday. For anyone that sends tips in, I give free raffle tickets out for those now. Every time someone sends a £1 super chat in, they get a free raffle ticket, and that raffle's on Thursday, and the normal raffle is on Mondays. Okay, we have a little package of things for the super chat raffle this week. We got these. We got the bunting, which I've taken down now. We've got the badge, we got the brand new pen, and we got the Frey Bentos steak and kidney pie. Okay, that's for the Super Chatters raffle on Thursday this week. Hello to a filthy peasant. Greetings to you. Let's just go up a little bit there. Good morning to Mick Davenport. Lots of people still having trouble with that chat. I don't know why. I have no idea. It's nothing I'm doing this end. It just seems to be affecting some people and not others for some reason. Okay. Peter Wright likes the pineapple fritter as well. I'm sure it's lovely. Really nice they do that, isn't it? That's in, I didn't mention the name of it, the Trawler's Catch in Skegness. You go up the steps and all these, it's got Spider-Man up there, you know, for the children and all that. It's very, very good value in there. Reasonable prices and very, very reasonable sized portions in there. Really nice. Highly recommended, the Trawler's Catch in Skegness there. Okay, Andy, nothing worse than getting sand in your sandwiches. Oh, it really is awful. Sand in your sandwiches, horrible. Chris Woodhouse, you're sending me a super chat this morning. Thank you, Chris. Let me give you 5 free raffle tickets there, Chris, all right? 5 free raffle tickets coming your way. God, didn't you buy some the other day as well? He wants to win the prizes, don't you, Chris? Thank you, Chris. Let me just do your tickets. And then we'll scroll back up again for a little while. I did see, I was just about to say hello to Gary's British talk show this morning. He was, he does, I think he does 2 shows a day now. One in the morning and one in the evening. Right, let's just do these. I got a frog in my throat that wasn't there earlier. It's a bit odd. There we are. There you are, Chris. Chris Woodhouse. There we are. All those pink tickets there, my loves. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are. Put those in there. That's for the Thursday draw, okay? Excuse me. You'll keep seeing me do that. I've got something coming up there. Most annoying. Where we were going upwards. Where did we get to there? Let's have a look. Labelle's there. Yes, sand in your sandwiches or anywhere else. It's just awful. There he is. Good morning. Gary's British talk show this morning. John Parrish, morning. Chip Butty. No, not for me, really. No, not Chip Butty for me. No, I'm not a Chip Butty type person. Chips with salt and vinegar, tomato sauce or baked beans for me there, John. And good morning to you, sir. All right. Dan loves Asani. Me too. Oh, how are we doing with those likes? I'll just double check in a moment. We need 18 likes this morning to show you a lot of pictures that have been sent in this morning. All right. Where's the beans or tomatoes or hash browns? Wants to know Mandy. Very nice. Peter Paliwoda says I'm an old chicken. Mike Reese-Ponto is loving the new flamingos. Good. It's awful. If it was legal, I'd buy you a taser. I think you'd love it. Oh, I would, Andy. I'd absolutely would. You can go buy them in America. I was when I was in Florida in America with my nephew. There was a shop. You had to buy bottled water there, so we come out of the hotel and just walked across the road, and there was like one of those shops there, and it's all in there: bottles of water, crisps, and there under the counter, tasers. I kid you not. They weren't the ones where you fire them out and these long wires come out with little spikes on the end to dig in some dodgy person's arm. I think they were just two metal bits, and you would jam it against someone's, I don't know where, leg, face, neck, I don't know where you would put it, and gives them an electric shock like that. I mean, I've tried it with a 9-volt battery, but it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I just go out and get a tingle across my tongue on one of those. Oh, yes. I honestly, I think all police should have tasers. What if they taser someone accidentally? Well, why would that happen? How would that happen? You're not going to get tasered if you're a good person like most of you on here, is it? You only get tasered if you're a bad person. You know, if the police tell you to get down on the floor, can I suggest you get down on the floor? You won't get tasered then. Why would they taser you? It's only if they feel they're in danger, isn't it? Or you're running away. Then taser them. And we need sound effects for that as well. Taser, taser, taser. Yeah, do they make a noise like that? That's what I want to hear happening around my house, that, darling. As the kids are walking around smoking that disgusting smelling smoke stuff that they smoke. The marijuana or whatever it's called. Daniel Woodhouse is sitting there with his full English breakfast. Or what's he got? Bacon, black pudding, mushroom, toast, egg and sausages. Yes, you did miss it. Where's the tomatoes? Where's the baked beans? Christ, I mean, talk about have half a breakfast. You haven't bothered there, have you, really? You'll be starving after that. It's not enough on the plate, mate. And the toast. Oh, hang on. Toast there. Mushroom hang on a minute. Where's the fried bread? I don't see any fried bread on there. Fried bread. So bad for you. They used to do wonderful fried bread when we went on holiday to Pontins years ago. I loved it. Loved it. We've gone up far enough. Morning to Shania Steele. Good morning to Claire. She loves the flamingos as well. Morning to Mick Davenport. Oh, Peter Wright has texted in. Chris, you were miles out. 28 degrees centigrade is 82.4 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't think so, Peter. I think you'll find the correct answer to that is 162.75 degrees Fahrenheit. I checked it myself. I'm sure that is... I think you've got that wrong there, Peter. I'm sorry to have to correct you. In fact, Mandy! That's what we do to students who make mistakes here. There's none of that. Oh, let's just send the teacher over quietly to correct them on the desk quietly in their ear. No, we send round Mandy Davenport. That's what we do, my darling. And you must be punished. Right. And back down to the bottom. There we are. Thank you very much. Daniel, don't get me started on Pondins. They went from an all-time high to rock bottom, as I've heard, Daniel. And it was a great shame because in the 1970s they were fantastic holidays, Pontins. They were absolutely fantastic holidays. Wanted to Gavin there. There's Terry. Right, let me just refresh this. Excuse me. Holby City on tonight. Remember that, gang? Holby is back tonight. Mandy and Fran are pleased with that one. 19 likes. Okie doke. It's time for some photos. Thank you for all your likes this morning. I've got lots and lots of photos to show you today. Let's start off with Chris Woodhouse. Okay, morning, Terry. Chris Woodhouse, then. Here we go, gang. I did ask you yesterday to send in, if you wanted to, pictures of what you see outside your front door. Or whatever it is that you look out on the most. Okay? And Chris has sent this in. There we go. Look at that. I'll be absolutely honest with you there, Chris. I had no idea that that was your view. I thought your view was of Caledonian Road or lots of other houses and traffic. You've surprised me with that. And that's actually a really nice view. I was completely wrong with how I thought you lived. So thanks very much for that, Chris Woodhouse, for that one there. Daniel says Holby City is Casualty with a different hat on. No, it's nothing like Casualty. No, they've got Jack Naylor there. If I needed a new heart or something like that, I would want Jack Naylor to be inside my chest, pulling out the old one and putting the new one in. They got Jack Naylor on Holby. She's not on Casualty. In Casualty, they've got Connie Beecham, but Jack Naylor trounces Connie Beecham any day of the week, I reckon. All right, so thank you for that, Chris Woodhouse. Who's next down the list? Dan S. Dan S has been sending in some photos as well. Dan's with us as well this morning. Here we go. That's the sunset. And he sent in a little message with that as well. That's what's outside his house there. Now, where is he? Dan. There he is. And Dan writes, "Hi, Chris. Here's a view from outside my place. I've always said I wanted to live by the water. It's lovely sitting here in the summer, watching the boats go up and down the Thames. You spoke about this bridge, the Dartford crossing, on Sunday night. So that's a lovely view, isn't it, eh? It's not bad seeing water. I'd be a little bit worried going to living in front of water like that, I'll be honest with you. You know? But thank you very much for that, Dan. Another beautiful picture there. Really some lovely pictures you're sending in. I'll give you the address in a moment if you want to send in, or there's anyone else who wants to send in pictures as well. Peter Wright's just sent in another message who says, Chris, I'm sorry, it is the correct answer. He says, I've done the conversion chart, so there. So what the original message says, Chris, you are miles and miles out. 28 degrees centigrade is 82.4 degrees Fahrenheit. I do think you're wrong, Peter. I'm sorry. I think you'll find 28 centigrade is about 196.445 degrees Fahrenheit. Try it again. Perhaps if you try a different conversion chart, you might come up with the correct answer, as indicated by me. All right, my darling, have another little look, because I know you're sort of scrubbing around there to look for something to do. Perhaps you could try a few conversion charts and come back with us. Come back to us in a moment with the correct answer there. Okay. Claire, nice to have trees to look at too. Chris Woodhouse, how? Oh yeah, how's the leg these days, Chris? Is he still with us? He might have disappeared actually. I think he might have disappeared. There, he might have disappeared. Morning to Dave O. Morning to Dave O this morning. Morning to you, sir. Up in Cleethorpes. All right, now, where's our next lot of pictures to show you? Paul Adamson. Good morning, Paul. Again, I'm not sure he's with us this morning, but nevertheless, here's the pictures that he sent in today. There we are. That's his workplace. Now, Paul sent in a little message with his. Here we go. There we go. This is a photo of his workspace for the last 12 weeks. That's very tidy. Very, very tidy there, Paul, I must say. I can only dream of having such a tidy place in my house. And then he's got a picture that of outside his front door as well there. Okay? Taken through the mosquito net. Ow! It's bit me! Ow! It's bit me! Got it. Thanks for that, Paul. Lovely pictures there. And that's not a bad view either, is it? It really is nice to have trees outside your front door, I think. Thank you, Paul. Thank you for that one, Paul. All right, there's the address there. If you've got anything to send in, I can't show them instantly, as in now, but I put them on the next show for you there. All right. Lots of people with incorrect information about the temperature there. I cannot believe how many of you are getting that wrong this morning. Terry Turner has just checked. It's been told 28 is 82.4 Fahrenheit. Daniel says 28 is 82 Fahrenheit. Gary's British Talk Show and Luke Trott all getting this same answer there. I can't think why that is, dear. I think you must be looking at an incorrect conversion chart. Meanwhile, while you're all typing up those answers, other people are wetting themselves, aren't you? I know you are, darling, because I am. I'm getting very close to wetting myself here this morning. Oh, I love it. All right. Oh, there, Chris is there. Hello, Chris. I'm glad you're there. Thank you very much. Peter says not such a good view when you're stuck on the bridge in a traffic jam. Oh, that Queen Elizabeth Bridge, awful. I hate it. It scares me being on that bridge. Funny, innit? Anyway, on with these pictures. Lots of wonderful pictures coming in today. Okay. Hello to Mick Davenport. Good morning to you, Mick. Mick hasn't been suckered into all this temperature thing, have you, Mick? You're far too intelligent, my friend, to realise what's going on. Here we are, Mick Davenport. There's the view from his house. A little bit of bushes there. What's that on the left there? Is that... They look like the little yellow flowers I've got, actually. I've got little yellow flowers growing out of... and I don't want to... I suppose they're weeds, really. They're growing out a little bit of... in between the pavement cracks on the bit where my wooden table's on there. Thank you very... They look like the similar flowers there. So thanks very much for that, Mick. Mick always takes a good picture. Usually baking, today scenery. All right. Really good pictures. Thank you so much for sending those in. It's always a great pleasure to be able to show you the stuff that you send in as well as the crap that I talk about as well. Oh dear, John Parrish, you have surprised me, John. You you really have surprised me. Peter Wright says I need a lesson in conversations. Do you think so, Peter? Do you think so, darling? You really think so, do you? Andy is now wetting himself. He's on the same level. Claire will be laughing. I know she'll get it. Just a minute. Actually, I'll put my pictures up. Let me put my pictures up here. Right, here. Here's mine. I'm going to have a puff of this so you'll have silence for a moment or two. These are the new tiles I've put up. That one's on its own now. Okay. So I'll show you my various tiles as we go on, boys and girls. That one's on its own. Don't worry, the house isn't crooked. It's the way I've taken the picture. There's some more here. Okay, these have been on there some time now. And once you've put stuff up with that No More Nows glue, it stays up there for ages. I've got a bit around the side of that tile, but it's been up there years, that. And you can see those little things there. They are actually 3D type. I don't know what you call those, like little ornament type things that have been stuck. There's actually 3 birds. You can only see 2, the green one and the orange one there. They've been I can't look at your messages for a moment. The green one and the orange one just hiding behind the basket there. Okay. Here's another one here. Again, some 3D tiles. My mate bought me these when he was on holiday. I love those. Little butterflies. Okay? Again, stuck on the wall and a snail at the bottom there. These won't be to everyone's taste, you know. We all have our own taste. Some of you will think, oh my God, you've completely ruined your house. Well, it's my house, and I'll damn well do what I please to it. All right? So there's those ones there. These are the two recent ones on there. The tree's been on there for ages. Sorry, the train has been on there for absolutely ages. And the little thermometer thing to the left of the train, the right one's quite new there. And I wasn't quite sure where to put that. It's a sort of, I don't know, is that 1940s? And I kind of connected that with the train, if you see what I mean. You might see someone like that going on a posh train, mightn't you? See, like that? And the little bird, I think it's I don't know what that is, like a blue, doesn't look like a blue tit to me, but that's nice as well. Okay. And there's all the tiles on over one of my doors. The ones at the above there, they were the ones I stuck on yesterday. I stuck on the ones yesterday, those three up there, and the bird, bottom right, and the lady at the table, bottom right. They all went up yesterday, and they're solid now. Now that I've used the correct thing there. Okay. All right. And then onwards, so we got this one here, a little bit closer. My cats. I mean, they're almost in line, aren't they? And then after that, that one there. There we are, nice and close to the cats and things. So they're my pictures to show you there. I did some pictures of the flowers as well, but I haven't done those yet. Okay, and of course, last night I did this, and I took down all the old. There was actually several backdrops behind me, underneath them, and I've learnt you need to take the one down that was already up there before you put the other one on, because sometimes it comes through, because this is only thin, this material there, so there's nothing behind that now other than a blue background. I don't know if you can see that. Let's try that one. Yes, you can see it. So you can see there's a blue one behind it, which kind of makes it so that the stuff doesn't come through. Well, there isn't anything behind that now. So that took some time to do that last night. I was about an hour and 15 minutes in here last night, sorting out all that last night. Okay. Chinese wallpaper, glue affecting you, Chris, making you cough. I think that's what it is, Gary. Have we got David Christopher here? Have we really? Where's he there? I see David Christopher. I didn't see his little name come up there. I know David. He's a singer, isn't he? He's a very good singer, as it happens, actually. Thank you, Michael Lawrence. Loves the pictures. Glad you do there. Peter Wright wants to know where you get your numbers from. Totally nuts. What else have we got there of interest? Steve David Christopher, I beg your pardon, Steve David Christopher. Morning to you. I'm glad you like the new backdrop. Yeah, I don't suppose that will be to everyone's liking, but then you can't please everyone all the time, and those that aren't pleased will certainly moan and let you know about it, I suppose. There we are, right. Peter Wright sending in his conversion there. There we are. That's it there. Peter Wright. Anyone agree with me? There we are. John Paris reminds me of my villas in Spain. We love tiles. I'm glad you do, John. A couple of people. My mate hates them. He hates the fact I've put them on the wall outside. I think they're beautiful. And of course they last. These things are glazed. It's not like a picture. I feel a little bit sad, really. All these children that have done the wonderful NHS, they've all done little rainbows and things like. Have you seen it in people's windows? Perhaps not at the caravan. I'm sure you've seen them at the caravan site. Like someone's children or other people have drawn like NHS, you know, as a thank you to the NHS and the coronavirus, with all these beautiful colours. And they put them in the window, and now they're fading, which is a great shame, really, isn't it? But that's the nature of ink, isn't it? Whereas these tiles, they're never going to fade. I love them. I absolutely love them. Other people, oh, wait, and take the value off your house. Well, who cares? It's my house. I do what I blooming well like with it. Or you get people coming around and commenting, don't you? You know? My cousin come round, he's from Australia once, and he said, this is a really nice house, but there's so much potential here. Well, I'm happy as it is. Oh, yeah, but you could do... I don't want to do anything else. Leave it alone, thank you very much. Mind your own blooming business. And then they get all offended, don't they? Claire never thought about sticking tiles to the outside walls. She thinks they look nice. My partner would have a fit if I stuck anything to our walls. May start looking for some nice tiles. Just put them up, Claire. Just put them up with a no more analogy. Never get them off again, darling. Try and make sure they're a little bit straighter than mine, though. Most of what I do is bent, to be honest. Terry, would love something like your backdrop in my living room. Is it expensive to do? No, Terry. About 25 quid. Rosegal, Rosegal. Rosegal was the name of the company. They're in China. And type in the search bar, wall tapestries. Hundreds and hundreds of them to choose from. Hundreds and hundreds of them to choose from. Okay? Claire, there's Claire. Mick, 4 a.m. in the morning in our house, shocked with a boom. We heard the screeching of a car speeding off, and there was money everywhere. Well, I hope you went out and got it. Go and get the money, Mick. Get the money, my dear. Right. Okay. On the subject of the temperature, it's unbelievable that you cannot be aware that I'm winding you up. I knew it would get some of you. I'm surprised at how many. I'm winding you up. And I won't lie, it's not my idea. There's a bloke on the radio who does this. And John Parrish, I'm surprised at you. You must have heard Nick Abbott calculating numbers on his radio show. You must have heard that. And he does exactly... I got the idea from him. I listened to it. I thought, that's hilarious. And what he would do is say, yeah, I went into the supermarket. They were 2 for 1. And, of course, if you buy 2, they were 20 pence each, which makes them about 67 pence for 2. Right? He'd do stuff like that. And you cannot believe the amount of people that would be ringing in to correct him. It's a wind-up. Why don't you get it? The trouble is, when I do stuff, and or not necessarily me even, if I'm like watching someone doing something funny on a stage somewhere or something like that, in particular, drag queens, I work with them all the time. Or I used to work with them all the time. I don't know if that's ever going to happen again, to be honest. But I work with them all the time, and they'd be on that stage and they're doing some comedy stuff. And then the line would come and I would wet myself, basically. Some of these jokes were a little bit naughty, but never bothered me. I'm not interested in offence of any shape or form, really. If you're offended by something, then you're in the wrong place. That's my opinion of that. You know, don't apologise for telling a joke, please. And I'd be there howling, and there'd be deathly silence in the room where people just didn't get it. Well, and then I would see that, and I'd be even more amused, because people didn't see the stuff. Oh, dear. So thanks very much. Hey, look at all these laughing faces. They got it. Mick got it. Mandy got it. Jason got it. Shania got it. Oh dear. Anyway, have a look, Terry. Have a look now. And you should find something on there that tickles your fancy. All right, lovely, lovely backdrops. I have an old psychedelic one. Now, I wasn't keen on the psychedelic one. I'm thinking of putting this into the bingo or the super chat raffle or both. I could put it in both, really, and see whichever one goes first. If you know, I might try this on Sunday. Would you like me to get that for you? And I can show this to you. You could win this on the bingo, like as the main prize. You could select this as a main prize on Sunday. So give us a Mick Davenport's biggest pet hate is pink flamingos. What, you think I don't know that, Mick? Mandy told me that before I went out and bought this. Actually, that has been sitting, waiting to be put up since November. I like to do things far ahead. Look, let me get this one. Someone mentioned that they, there you go. Peter Wright, you fooled me. Yes, of course I did. That's what I'm here to do. Wind people up, dear, and upset them. You know that, Peter. That's why you're here. You like to be had a go at, don't you? I know that's why you're here. Otherwise, you wouldn't be there. Morning to Maureen. Hello, Maureen. Loves the new backdrop and the garden tiles. I'm glad you do, Maureen. Yeah. It's a bit... I think it's quite personal, isn't it? You know, stuff you like. Some people like grey, boring houses. My mate, his walls are grey. But that's what he likes, you know, so we have to... Peter, you've got a little angry face. Calm, darling, calm. Your heart, my love. We've already got poor Mick Davenport with a bad heart. We don't want you having a heart attack as well. Just imagine if you had a heart attack, you wouldn't be here anymore. And that would upset all of us. Paul Adamson, Chris, I've had to tell my luggage that we will not be going on holiday this year. Now I'm left with emotional baggage. Very good, Paul. Let me get this backdrop for you. Now, where is it? It's this, here it is, this one here. There, that one there. No, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Here it is. I've got it. Oh no, what's happened here? Oh no. Oh. I've just noticed. Oh no, I can't believe this has happened. Look, I've just found one of my hooded tops. I've obviously cleaned the kitchen, look. That's not dirt, that's bleach marks. Oh God, look. Oh, what a shame. This is my Ursula hooded top. Ursula! Yeah! Poor unfortunate souls in pain, in need. That one. Ursula is in the house, but she's been bleached. Look, bleached. Where is it again? That's me cleaning the kitchen, that is. Oh, isn't that terrible? Never mind. Anyway, yeah, let's give this away. We can't do it on this week's Super Chatter raffle, but I can do it on next week's. And also, we'll try it on the bingo on Sunday. See if it goes on the bingo. If not, I'll put it in the Super Chatter bingo. The Super Chatter raffle, all right? Here we are. This is it's the psychedelic one. Now, I never really... That's upside down, isn't it? Is that upside down? A minute. I never really liked this one. Is that the right way round? Does that look better? Yeah, that's better, isn't it? Let me come back a bit. Oh, actually, let's do wide camera. Wide camera. Here we go. There we go. You'll see this better now. There we go. Look. All right. It's all right, isn't it? So this was... Oh, I've got a staple still stuck in there. Now, there will be a couple of small holes in this where screws have been. But you can see that it's fairly carefully taken down. Let me see if I can find any holes in it. Do you know what? I can't actually. There's going to be a hole. There we go. So there's a hole there. That's where the clock would have been. Yes. Oh, there it is. That's where the clock... Come back on this one. That's where the clock would have been. You see that hole there? That hole there? That's where the screw for the clock would have been there. So we'll put that in the... Is that a good thing to have? Would you want something like that? Should I put that in the bingo or the raffle? Or not? Or not? Let us know what you think about that, okay? Park Nest has got out of bed and is now on his desktop PC. You get the whole experience on a desktop PC. Good sound and all that. Yeah, especially got nice speakers plugged in there. Adam needs that in his life. Good morning, Adam the plumber. Morning. Okay, so you like the sound of that, do you? All right. Daniel Woodhouse says, I think this show would be better if we could see and hear each other. I don't think so, Daniel. I don't think so, mate. You must be joking, aren't you? It was bad enough having the phone in with some of the calls we got through there. God's sake, man. I don't think so. Yeah, Mick trying to get rid of the tat. Claire loves the backdrop. Okay, raffle prize, tickets, Be okay to clean the car with, says John Paris. Maybe it would, John. Can I suggest you clean your face before you go out, start going on about your car, John? When is the last time you had a wash? God's sake, man. John is tighter than I am. John. John's in a caravan. I've heard. Can I just read you something? Now, there's a bloke. Oh, what have I done then? Oh, sorry. There's a bloke who does all caravan repairs. His name's Simon. Nice bloke. I'm in contact with him, and he did my air conditioning, heating, and also the bathroom as well. There's been a little issue actually with the bathroom sink, which appears to have come away from the wall. So I've sent him the keys up because I completely trust him and his little workforce up there. Oh, do you know I can't blooming well find it now, can I? Come on, where are you now? Oh, I've lost it. And he came with a date. Something. Let me see if I can. Oh, I've forgotten his name now. Oh, what's his name? Simon. There we are. Turfree. Simon Turfree. He owns a company that does all caravan type repairs and all this sort of thing. Now, let me see if I can find his posts there. 14 hours. Well, I think it was a little bit longer than... No, it's not there, is it? Ah, what a blooming shame. But he had a date. He did have a date, which was something like the 26th of July. Although some people were saying the 4th of July when they will be opening some of the caravan sites. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday. My opinion of that is if you could open the caravan sites, but not if they've got entertainment. I don't know if you've got an entertainment venue there. See, there are no entertainment venues on my caravan site that I'm on, right? It's just a small family-run site. It's just a few caravans in the field with a bit of a network of road and pipes, basically, and lights. That's what I'm on. There's no entertainment at all. So something like that, to me, would be fairly safe. Now, our site actually opened about a week earlier for anyone that wanted to self-isolate. And once you were there, you'd have to stay there. You know, it was too late for me because I couldn't. Then they said, OK, you can't move around there. So I missed that opportunity. To be honest, I'm happier that I got stuck here rather than there because I wouldn't have had much to do. I wouldn't be able to do everything I do now. I can't order things as prizes and do stuff like that, you know. I mean, I could do a quiz from up there, but I'd have to get it ready first and take it up there, and then when that's done, come back for the next one. Do you know what I mean? So I'm quite glad I did get stuck here, but there was a couple of dates being shoved around. I think he said the 26th of July, which is, I mean, unfortunately halfway through the season, but there you go, one of those things. 26th of July, and someone else said the 4th of July, so I'm not quite sure any more about that. John says the only entertainment here is 40 vans and a stream, and that's all you want though, isn't it, John? The same as myself. I think that's maybe because we're sort of a slightly older age. If you've got children or people like that, they want something to do, don't they? You know, games and things in big music and what have you there. So that's the news there. I'd already paid my ground rent, and you know, why you wouldn't pay ground rent just because you're not there or because you can't go? Well, that's not their fault, is it? They have running costs as well. There's always people trying to save a bit of money here, there, and the other. So we'll see how that goes there. All right. Good. Okay, so we got some stories here, boys and girls. Let's have a look there. Got some stories here for you today. Staring at a smartphone or tablet screen when you should be sleeping. How many of you do this? Quite a few, isn't it? Quite a few of you. I'm very guilty of that with these blooming TikTok. Is Rachel here this morning? Rachel wasn't here yesterday, was she? I don't know if Rachel's here this morning. Yes, I'm very guilty of doing that, certainly with the TikTok videos, although I've kind of calmed down a bit of that now. I've calmed down. My nephew and his wife and their 3 children are now doing TikTok videos as well, and that she's good at them. She's very good at them, I have to say. But this doesn't surprise me at all. Staring at your smartphone or tablet screen in the Daily Mail this morning, when you should be sleeping, could be making you depressed. And I'm not surprised. It says Chinese experiments suggest harmful blue light emissions from your device at night trigger a mysterious neural mechanism leading to behavioural changes. The research team found that mice exposed to blue light for 2 hours a night over a few weeks started showing depressive-like behaviour. The research team found that mice exposed to... I've read that, haven't I? I'm reading the same line twice. Oh, it's been printed twice somehow. Blocking brain signals that are triggered by the blue light at night, the mice no longer showed behavioural changes. So if you are perhaps like me, watching your phone at night, you're in bed and last thing you do, isn't it? Oh, I just check my messages for the last time. And you go back to the Facebook. I just see if there's something on Facebook. Or I just quickly check. And then half an hour has passed and you've been staring at that screen all that time. Haven't you? Perhaps that might be something for you to do if you're a little bit depressed, and I know some of you are. You know, turn your phone off, I don't know, an hour before bed and leave it downstairs. Don't turn it on until the next morning. They reckon the blue light is damaging you. It says artificial sources of blue light include fluorescent bulbs, LEDs, which you've probably got in your lights there, flat screen LED TVs, computer monitors, smartphones and tablet screens. Now I know that after I've done a show in here, I like to get away from the computer after I've done a show. I don't want to be sitting any longer looking at a computer screen. And I don't come up here until I do something else, you know. I don't have to do it so much now because we stopped the raffle tickets only go out now while the show is on, as you well know. When the show finishes, no more raffle tickets, okay? An obsession with smartphones and increased exposure to this artificial light has disrupted natural sleeping patterns, which may result in psychological problems. Besides generating vision, light modulates various psychological functions, including mood, say these researchers. We showed that a light at night induced depressive-like behaviours without disturbing the circadian rhythm. Don't know what that is. These findings may be relevant when considering the mental effects of the prevalent nighttime illumination in the industrial world. So interesting there. Interesting there. Perhaps if you've got a little bit of a problem, you know, walking around, oh, I'm so fed up now. Maybe it's something to do with you staring at your phone at night. And my mate and his other half do it. You know, sometimes he gives us a little FaceTime, you know, when he's gone to bed, and they're both sitting there staring at the blooming gadgets for hours on end. You know, and I don't think it is very good for you. I must try and get out of that myself. Just turn off that phone, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night, that's it. Turn it off. End of day on the phone. And then go about your business doing whatever you do. I don't know, watch a bit of telly perhaps. I don't think that's the same watching the telly. I really don't. Because it's far away, isn't it? The telly's quite far away from you. The phone is right up here like this, or even your iPad or something like that. What are two of them? They're sitting in bed, you know, on their blooming phones for hours on end. I'm sure a lot of you are doing the same there. Okay. Michael Pullman's there. Right, Michael. Did you disappear and come back again? Parkness puts his phone on overnight and leaves the screen down. Yes. I turn the phone off. When I go to bed, I turn the phone off. Yeah. I've learnt that one over the years. People ring up, don't they? You know, oh, sorry, were you asleep? Well, yes, I was. But then they don't go. They carry on. They try and carry on a blooming conversation. No, what I do when I go to bed, I turn off the phone. And I also put my Amazon thing on Do Not Disturb, so no one can call me on that either. Once I've gone to bed, that's it. No one can wake me up. I won't have any of that. Morning to John Aitken. Been to Sainsbury's, busy in Sainsbury's today. Morning to you, sir. Mick says, watching those flamingos are depressing me. Perhaps you can't see them well enough, Mick. Shall I move out the way for you? Look at those, darling. Look at those beautiful flamingos. What about the red? Do you like the red and pink flowers? I love them. Never mind, Mick. Wait till the winter, we'll change it again. Only 6 months to go. Perhaps, Mick, for your added entertainment, you could download one of those little countdown things that you can have on your computer. Time to removing flamingo wool drop. 6 months. I have to say, what I had up before, the mushrooms one, was my favourite one of all time. Yeah, a couple of people have asked for that, but I'm not going to give that away, at least not yet. Excellent. Peter's got his magnet. His fridge magnet has arrived. Thank you, Peter. We didn't have yesterday's fridge magnet claimed yet. Check your raffle tickets. We're still waiting for this to be claimed. Ticket number 472 has won the raffle last week. No one has yet claimed that, unfortunately. All right, morning to James Humble today. Morning to James. Terry H has put time limits on his apps now to reduce how much time I spend on social media. And that's the one, isn't it, Terry? Social media. And you could argue, actually, that TikTok is a form of social media as well, couldn't you, really? Flick, flick, flick. Endless flickings. I've got quite a nice long blocked list on that now. People that have been making vile comments. So I take great delight in blocking people on my TikTok, actually, when they make some sort of vile comment. I never reply to them. Never, ever reply to a negative comment. Because that's what these sad people want. They make a negative... That's what they want, a response. They make some stupid comment or or worse than that, you know. A stupid comment. No, thank you. Gone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. John wants the pineapple jacket. Oh, I'm sure, John. Sure you can find one of those on Amazon or something like that. All right. Okay. Now, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? In today's Sun, China may be planning... This is scary. Very scary. China may be planning to genetically modify its soldiers for an army of Terminator-style super troopers. Super trooper, been so gonna find you, but I won't feel blue like I always do, 'cause somewhere in the crowd there's... Maureen sings that at a karaoke. We like Super Trooper. We like ABBA. They want a Terminator-style super troopers, a defence think tank has warned. That's scary. That's very scary. People that could be genetically modified, perhaps not to think, but only to do. Or to remove any sort of conscience. Not conscience. Any sort of compassion. Mind you, the Nazis seemed to manage that, didn't they? Just shot people without thinking about the Nazis. Dreadful. Experts say genetically modified soldiers could be faster, stronger and cleverer than their battlefield opponents and even feel no pain. Don't know if I'd like to have no feelings, you know, like physical. I mean, how would you feel nice things like, you know... Their DNA could be adapted to help them recover more quickly from injuries or give them superior hearing and night vision. The threat is obvious and real. Chinese money could be stealing a march on Western armed forces, and that is deeply concerning, they say here. The warning comes after Chinese scientists said he used gene editing technology to make GM babies. Perhaps people could be genetically modified to like my shows. What do you think of that? We might get a few more views then, eh? GM check. I don't know where my bin's gone. My bin seems to have gone. I think I've been burgled today. I've been burgled. Someone has come in this house overnight while I was asleep and stolen my waste paper basket bin. GM technology is proven with plants. It could absolutely be applied to people. In China, it's reasonable to assume that they are enhancing their battlefield soldiers on all these fronts. Wow. China jailed Dr. Genetically for illegal medical practices over his claims to have made 3 babies immune to the virus HIV. but investigators show that China's military chiefs are backing research into human gene editing trials. That's a scary thing, isn't it? That they would do that to someone like that. Very, very scary indeed. Very scary. Stormtroopers. Yes, partner. Stormtroopers. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry, John. No, Pineapple Jacket is going up. It's one of my favourites as well. Okay. No, you got the wrong thumbs up there, Mick. The thumbs up. Jason, tell them, darling. They got the wrong thumbs up. Tell them how to do it, Jason, properly. People don't know how to do that, I don't think. Peter likes the backdrop. I'm glad you do, Peter. Glad you do. Glad you do. So that's that. Now we got, talking of Chinese and things like that and spies, there is a spy pigeon in Pakistan. Here we go. This bird has been accused of carrying a coded message. I don't think this is anything new, really. Didn't they use pigeons in the war? My nephew, Gary Butler, is an expert on all pigeon things, as you know. A pigeon suspected of being trained to spy. The spy is here. By Pakistan has been captured in India along with one of the world's most contested borders, India officials said. They said the bird was carrying a coded message and was caught by villagers along the border which separates India and Pakistan-controlled parts of Kashmir. Security agencies are trying to decipher the message, the officials told Indian news agency PT. When you see pigeons outside your house, they might be from the council. Yes, checking to see that you've not illegally put up an extension, you know, or perhaps when there's a water, not allowed to use water pipes and things like that. Water sprinklers, you know, maybe they could be checking. Pigeons could be watching you as we speak. This is very serious. Which ones of yous have moved back your fence a couple of inches to give you a bit more land? Pigeons are watching you. Now! Who's got an illegal wood-burning stove in an area of the country where you're not allowed to have wood-burning stoves? Pigeons are watching you, and they're pecking on the window. Pecking on the window, looking in at your wood-burning stove, which hopefully isn't alight at this time of the year. Pigeons are watching. He said a ring was seen attached to one of its legs with some numbers on it, and a probe is on. They've probed the pigeon, boys and girls. We can't say it was used for spying. Locals seeing a tag tied with its leg caught the pigeon. Some called it a coded message in Pakistan's Punjab. People tie number tags on pigeons to claim ownership. So there we are. Watch out for spying pigeons. They are watching you now, boys and girls. They are watching. Morning to Fran. Good morning, Fran. Morning, Fran. Morning to your Fran there. Excuse me. All right. John hates pigeons. Horrible things. Nasty. Poor pigeons. Boo, boo, boo. Claire, they are, Chris. There's some garden right now. What do I do? Claire's got pigeon spine on her. Oh, Claire, they might be pervy pigeons. Make sure you got your clothes on, Claire. It's bad enough. Pervy pigeons have landed in Claire's garden. Very, very worrying. Who undresses in front of their pets? That's a bit strange as well, isn't it? Don't you think? I could never be naked when my cats were around. I'm sorry, I couldn't. Although she used to follow me into the toilet for some reason. Morning to John Glazenbrook. Morning, John. John Parrish wants a wood burner in his van. Yeah, I know some people that have done that. Some people have done that, actually. Okay. All right. Tonight is quiz night. Quiz night tonight, 8 o'clock. We're all ready to go with the quiz. Please join us for 8 o'clock quiz night tonight, okay? That'd be nice. 5 rounds of questions. There's a children's round as well, though. All right? Okay. Flat earthers. Oh, these people. The conspiracy people. Oh, 5G is affecting us all. Oh, the earth is flat. Oh, I don't know what else. Don't plant daffodils. The yellow is very damaging to our eyes. The government want us all to plant yellow daffodils so that they can control us. Perhaps signals come out of the little trumpet that the daffodils have got. Oh, and not only that, the earth is flat. The earth is flat. Dear me. In the Metro today, a small but vocal group of internet users who believe the earth is flat were the target of a lot of jokes on social media over the weekend. As NASA and SpaceX teamed up to launch 2 astronauts into orbit, there wasn't any doubt that we're leaving on a spherical object. There are actually people that believe that every time a spaceship goes out, right, some sort of television company make it so that it makes it look like the earth is round. They actually believe it's not round. Seriously. They are convinced that the earth is flat. And that when you see the globe, wherever that is, when you ever see the globe on the telly, that is artificial. It doesn't actually exist. There are a lot of people that believe that. I don't get it. The entire launch was live streamed of the spaceship going out. And as astronauts left our atmosphere, viewers could clearly make out the curvature of the Earth. Social media users made sure to point that out. Of course they did. A Twitter user known as The Noggin. Do you remember Noggin the Nog? Noggin the Nog. It's a children's programme, wasn't it? Wrote in a post directed at the Flat Earth conspiracy movement, saying that the footage was indisputable because it was completely live. There you go. But you see, the Flat Earth people wouldn't believe that. They wouldn't believe that. They'd say, oh, no, that's been done in a studio somewhere. Conspiracy theory type people. Very, very strange and mysterious. Andy, we had some pigeons land on our windowsill a few months back. They wouldn't move. I was a bit scared as my ex told me they would always come back somehow and keep her eyes on me. They were there for 4 days. Very scary. Mandy feeds the wood pigeons that come into her garden. Good. Woo, woo. I like the noise. Very soothing indeed. Chris Woodhouse suggests putting spikes on the windowsill. Oh, yes, you can buy those, can't you? You just, like a flat thing, and they put them like that. I hope you don't sit on them, for God's sake. It'd be like sitting on a hedgehog, wouldn't it? Poor hedgehogs. They have a rough time, don't they? Especially when they try and cross a road. John, the parakeets are back in the tree opposite our house. Noisy but cute. A little bit like yourself there, John. Noisy but cute. Oh, no, Claire's got people doing it. Claire's got pigeons doing it on her lawn. How awful. Mick wants to shoot them. Oh, poor little pigeons, Mick. Can't do that. Want to win some dog food? Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, Mick, you can make some more pies out of dog food pie. No one would notice. I bet they wouldn't notice. No one would notice it's dog food and not top quality steak. In the Daily Mirror today, there's nothing more vital than a companion during a crisis, and Britons across the country know that only too well at this moment. Over the past few weeks, the UK's dogs have shown themselves to be workout buddies, stress relievers, and invaluable family members. If you've got any sort of pet at all, you know that they do make family members, don't they? When things have threatened to overwhelm us, our dogs have been there to lift the mood with their unconditional love and crazy antics. Now we're teaming up, says the Daily Mirror, with butchers nourishing food for dogs to honour the nation's unsung heroes. When you walk, like Captain Tom. Unsung heroes, rewarding them for helping us through these tough times and celebrate all the lockdown love they've given to us. And because butchers believe every dog deserves to be nourished in the same way that they nourish us, they're offering wholesome British-made bowlfuls as prizes to reward the winning entries. Regional winners will receive a £100 butcher's vouchers. There we go. All right, it doesn't say what have you got to do for this anyway. What you've got to do is send us a few words or pen a couple of lines sharing your best memories of the last few weeks with your pets, or you might even want to write a short poem. Oh, not poems, please. I can't bear poems. They're just so boring. And do you know what's worse than than a rhyming poem. A poem that doesn't... They don't have to rhyme. Did you know that? Poems... Claire would know this because she's an English literature type person. Claire would know this. Poems don't have to rhyme. They're like short stories. They don't do it for me at all, poems, I'm afraid. It says, write a short thing about your hero. So that's in the Daily Mirror. It's on the weird news section of the Daily Mirror. Would you like me to Twitter that? Twitter? Let me Twitter that on my Twitter. My Twitter is Chris Reardon UK. Let me Twitter that there. Dog food. There we go. And I've done that. Okay. Chris Reardon UK. Check that there on the Twitter. And you could win dog food. Mick ran over a hedgehog once and it punctured his tyre. Good. Should where you were going then, shouldn't you? Poor hedgehog. You would slow down a bit, especially at your age, Mick. Going around at 80, 90 mile an hour all the time. Shocking. Daniel, have I missed anything? I've just come off the toilet. Oh, my God. Why didn't you take your phone in there with you, Daniel? Mike's been watching the NASA live feed on YouTube from the space station, talking to the astronauts. Yeah, doesn't do it for me, Mike. I watch that. I like watching the spaceship go up, but the bit that actually occurs in the spaceship seems quite boring to me, to be honest. Yeah. Beep, beep. It's quite very high quality pictures now, aren't it? Old Elon Musk has got a decent set of cameras in there, look like Lhasa. Christ, we could barely see it. Peter, has anyone ever eaten pigeon? Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, don't eat pigeons. I like the cooing noise. I do like the cooing noise. Right, one more story, and then we'll do today's raffle tickets, boys and girls. The next raffle is on Monday. Our Monday raffle for the oh gosh, come on now. For the fridge magnet. There we go. There we go. I've done that now. All right. I shall get my tickets ready. Actually, you can ask now. Start asking for your raffle tickets. By the time I finish the story, that'll all be in place. Heat wave. We're going to have a heat wave, but only for one more day. Only today, and I think it cools down tomorrow, or it cools down the day after. What is it today? Tuesday. I think it's... Oh, I can't remember. I did the weather forecast at the beginning of the show. Go back if you want to hear it. Daily Mirror, most of us have been frantically Googling how to sleep in this hot weather, looking for tips on cooling down. But the sleep geek, James Wilson, explains there's one common myth that could actually do the opposite. Now, maybe you do this. Have a listen. It says, we've been treated to some beautiful weather at the moment, which is making the lockdown just a little bit easier, as we can spend our days in the garden soaking up some of the rays. But however much you love spending time sunbathing with an ice-cold drink, it's a very different story at night. Many of us have struggled to get a good night's sleep thanks to the heat. I haven't struggled, to be honest, myself, and has desperately Googled ways to cool down. The internet is filled with tips and trips which claim to help, but according to one expert, one of the most popular should be avoided at all costs, it says in the Daily Mirror, and can actually make you hotter. This bloke told the Mirror Online that however hot you get, you should never, ever put your pyjamas or bed sheets in the fridge or freezer. Now, this kind of makes sense to me, right? You know, in the winter, perhaps you haven't got the heating on too much and you're cold and you get into that cold bed. How quickly is it before you heat up? A minute? 2 minutes maybe? And you think, wow, I'm nice and warm now. That's your body reacting to the cold weather, you see. The cold sheets. Well, it's going to do the same in the summer if you've put them in the fridge, isn't it? It says, while many people can say this helps cool you down, James says that while it might make you feel cooler for the first few minutes, the added moisture will quickly heat up and make you hotter during the night. He said, when hot weather comes around, there are some tips given out that may sound like they would work when they actually really don't. An example of this may be to put your bedding and pyjamas in the fridge or freezer, to wear wet socks to bed. Oh, don't do that. You'll get athlete's foot. Who would do that? Wet socks in the bed? You'd get, what's that thing? Trench foot, wouldn't you? But they both have the same problem. These approaches will add more moisture to your sleep environment and the moisture will heat up during the night. This means that although it may cool you down as you go to bed during the night, the moisture will heat up and likely wake you up as you come out of your sleep cycle. An alternative that works would be to either have a lukewarm bath or shower, which I do actually, or put lukewarm water in a hot water bottle and rest your feet on that. Oh no. This helps raise your core temperature slightly, which will then lead to a drop in core temperature. So that's interesting. I mean, a warm water bottle, there's a picture there of a bloke who's got the top half of his body has opened a fridge door and he's trying to sleep in it. So tips for a good night's sleep and heat. Here we go. Ensure there's good airflow for the house. What do you do, by the way? Open the windows on both sides to allow the air to pass through. Close blinds and curtains in rooms that are exposed to direct sunlight. The shade will help the room stay cooler. Have a lukewarm bath or shower before bed to encourage your core temperature to drop, or alternatively, put lukewarm water in a hot water bottle and put your feet on that. I don't know about that one. There's another couple here. If you're using a fan, place a bowl of chilled water in front of it to cool the stream of air it's pushing around the room. That's a bit like air conditioning. Yeah, that apparently works. If you don't have air conditioning, if you can't afford air conditioning, it's not a particularly cheap thing to have, really. I mean, I've had one in my bedroom now for about 15 years, like one of those push around type things that you can get in B&Q. Although I did have a hole. That's a story in itself I've told a few times. I put a hole in my wall, then I had to have a bloke come and sort out the mess I'd made. Don't do DIY, Chris. Oh, Lord. Anyway, so I've had one of those in the bedroom, which and it's been replaced once now because the other one went wrong. But if you can't do that and you've got a fan, go and get yourself a bowl full of ice cubes and put that in front of the fan and you'll find a similar effect. Not as good, but it's all right. Might help. Another tip, if you're using a cotton sheet, ensure it's low threaded count as possible, as the higher the thread, the less breathable it is. Now that's interesting, because the higher the thread, the more expensive the sheets are. You've seen some of these in John Lewis. £100 for a sheet. All right, top quality, but blimey, you know. Cotton is okay in hot weather, although it isn't great at wicking the moisture away. I would suggest using bamboo. Bamboo sheets, I've never heard of such things. It has longer fibres so it breathes better and doesn't lint, so people with skin conditions are not as aggravated. It's also lighter on the body. Don't forget, gang, if you want a raffle ticket, text in now, gang. Text in or send a message. And the other thing it says, finally, don't worry too much about it. The biggest thing that presents us sleeping in hot weather is the thought of, I'm too hot to sleep. Yeah? Easier said than done. How easy, I mean, so many things easier said than done. Oh, don't worry, you know, that you've had a bad diagnosis. That doesn't really help, does it? My advice is to suck it up, accept you might not be able to sleep quite as well, but it will probably be over in a couple of days and your body will more than likely make up for the poor sleep by giving you better quality sleep once the temperature drops. So interesting there, what they're saying about the various bits of sleep advice there, isn't it, really? Okie doke. Hedgehogs are full of fleas, that's right. Claire was telling us that the other day, actually, John. That was Claire. All right, let's do the raffle tickets. Christopher Woodhouse. Thank you, Christopher. 567 for you. Chris Woodhouse. Maureen. 568. John Aitken. 569. John Paris says pigeon pie was a favourite during the war, Chris told me. Fran. 570. Thank you, Fran. Jason Hughes, 571. Michael Lawrence, 572. Diane, 573. Andy, 574. Scrolling up. Wonderful pictures you sent in today, by the way. Don't forget, if you've got anything to send us, there's the email address there. Pictures or videos, all right, sweethearts. Andy. Mick Davenport, 575. Mick Davenport, 575. Where are we? Colin Coates, 576. Tony King, 577. Peter Paliwoda, 578. Peter Wright, 579. Scrolling. Oh, where's that gone? There's Peter Wright. Where's the next lot? Oh, is that all of them? No, Daniel Holmes. There's Daniel. 1 minute. Daniel Holmes. Thank you, Daniel. 580. Paul Adamson. 581. Claire, 582. Is that everyone? Is that everyone? Okay, gang. All right, if I've missed anyone out with these raffle tickets, please speak now. Please speak now. Now, when I was putting the raffle tickets in yesterday, for some reason... Where is this now? Oh, where's that bit of paper gone? For some reason... Can't find it now. Oh, how annoying. Where has that gone? Is that up there? Is it up there? No, it's not up there. I can't remember it now. I had something written down to tell you. Oh, what a mess. Oh, there we are. For some reason, Paul and Lou got 2 raffle tickets yesterday. 544 and 562. So, 544 has gone in. 546 is waiting for them. So next time they ask for a raffle ticket, we'll put the 562 in to correct that error. I don't know how they got 2 tickets yesterday. I think what might have happened is that sometimes people don't pay full attention to the show. It's always very disappointing, I must say. And you give out the raffle ticket and then they come back, oh, I missed my number. Or did I get a number? And I think that's probably what happened yesterday. So I don't think if you can't pay full attention to the show, I shan't be reading your numbers out again, dear, because it causes confusion like that. All right, my loves. There we are. Right, let's do today's. There you go. Peter Wright's just done it now. Look, unbelievable, Peter. No, you can watch back the show when it's finished to find out what your number was. You think I've got time to hold your hand doing all these things, dear? Pay for if you're going to ask for a raffle ticket, at least have the common sense to sit there and wait for it to be read out. God's sake, man. Dear me. Right, okie doke. Let's do today's birthdays. Happy birthday on this, what is it? Tuesday the 2nd of June 2022. Rick Abbey. Oh, we've only got a few today. Rick Abbey is 37 years old. Happy birthday, Rick. John True, very good friend of mine, John True. Great lad. Karaoke singer. Used to come to Belushi's. 34 years old today, John True. George Cox Carrera is 69 today. Happy birthday, George. And my friend William Coates, who I worked with at British Telecom as a directory inquiry operator. Way back. Gosh, 1981, 82, 83, something like that. William today is 73 years old. And we kept trying to meet up recently, just before the whole lockdown thing happened. And it hasn't happened yet, but I'm sure it will at some point. William, a big happy birthday to you, George, John, and indeed Rick. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday, beautiful people. Well, I do hope you'll be able to join us for the quiz tonight. Quiz time is 8 o'clock this evening. Please take the thing and share it to your various walls, boys and girls, and we can get as many people playing as possible for the quiz tonight. The Tuesday night quiz at 8 o'clock. Thanks so much for watching and listening to the show. I'll see you again tonight at 8, if not tomorrow morning, bright and early, around about 8:45. Enjoy your day. Cheerio now.